everyone. I'm so glad to see so many amazing faces out here today. My name is Stephen Payne, and I will be your host today for Christodora's 125th annual Campfire. Yes, we got a lot in store. Let me properly introduce myself. My name is Stephen Payne. I've been with the program for, started at 11. I'm 29 now, so almost 2 decades I've been with this program, yeah. As you can clearly tell, I love it here, completely love it here. I am currently a program facilitator at the New Youth Conservationist program that's inside of the Bronx. There's a lot of amazing things I want to tell you guys about that program, but we will get into that later. Let's get this show on the road. I'd like to introduce the co-chairs, George Rifkin and Sen Sen.
So as my friends know, in the context of Christodora, I get to be Mr. Rifkin. Welcome. Thank you all for being here. We're thrilled to be able to have this benefit at this beautiful spot before it goes on hiatus. This is such a great spot and such a great place for this time of year, and we're so lucky to be here. And we're lucky also to be supporting this really wonderful organization that's beginning the celebration of its 125th year. "125 years ago, the world was relatively different. But the mission of Christodora, even though things have changed a lot, has not changed that much. In my day job, I was also a history teacher. And I can tell you that the settlement house movement was designed to change outcomes for the city, to change outcomes for the individuals in the city, and to change outcomes for the country. And Christodora hasn't changed that perspective. It has been, all through its time, a yes, we can kind of organization. Yes, we can make a difference. Yes, we can change the world. This is the progressive movement, but it's also the world of today. And yes, they have. They've changed the lives of thousands and thousands and thousands of people, and through them, millions more. They have influenced the country and the world. So they are also a yes, they have organization. But when you get to 125 years old, you also have to have the yes, we will orientation and ethos, and they do. And the beauty of this organization is 125 years in, they're looking forward to 250. So you're here to celebrate the beginning of this year of 125th celebrations, and we're thrilled to have you. And I'm going to pass the microphone on to my co-chair, Sen Sen, who is also an alum of this organization and is a total yes, you can person.
Thank you, George. Welcome, everyone, to this, for me, relatively, actually very emotional night. I want to tell you about some of the alums that I've assembled here, but let me give a little background on the gala itself for myself. Last year I was here, up here as the honoree, and I talked about my personal journey with Christodora over 34 years ago is what I figured out. And, you know, tonight, one of the reasons why I'm up here was this notion of can we assemble a group of alums that were honorees and past recipients at Christodora who went through the Manus program, went through the, some were even counselors and employees, and start to build on this alumni network. And you're going to hear stories, you're going to hear the impacts that Christodora has had on the alums from the past, from the present, from the future. And in this group of alums that I personally just met in person for the first time, right, other than Rob Michelin, who's a fellow board member, it was quite emotional because I've never met these folks before. And immediately as I spoke to Celie and, Adrian, it's almost like we're part of this family that I never knew existed because I went through this program over 30 some odd years ago. And some of those folks that I learned weren't even born, right, when I went through the program. So I'm sort of the OG in the group at this point. But amongst us, is a software engineer or people working in sustainability and climate change, social work, right? And even not one, but 2 geologists. Could you imagine that? But more importantly, more than 50% of the people you'll see up here tonight as part of the alums network here, Alumni Circle, are educators. And I think that's something really important to communicate to the rest of the group, right? I see the educators as part of our alum that are passing on the traditions, passing on the culture, passing on the knowledge of what they learned through the Christodora experience to the next generation. And one alum in particular that I was excited to meet and excited to talk to is Kathleen, and you'll hear a little bit of her story, but she went through the program, and her son just went through the program this past summer. I mean, talk about pay it forward, talk about taking care of the next generation. So that's what this is about. So, as a sort of welcoming to this gala to celebrate 125 years, I want to thank the corporate sponsors. All of them are in your pamphlet that are listed. Some are not listed as the folks from Aquifer Drilling and Testing, Brookside, Octor, Intact, folks that I've asked to participate and support this great cause, and they were just willing and able and immediately and even attend the event itself, so thank you.